Hi, I'm Elizabeth and today I'm here to talk about my reading goals for 2019. So you probably don't know this about me, but I have had reading goals for about a decade. Only once have I achieved all of them, and that was to my own big amazement. I was not really expecting to meet all of my goals, and I'm fine with not doing that. It does not feel like failing if I don't meet my own just sort of arbitrary number of certain type of books read. But I do still like to make these goals because I think they steer me in a general direction more than I live by them. The point is for me that I need goals that are trackable, and because of that I like to have numbers in my goals so I can see where I'm at. But I also need my goals to be vague enough for me to be able to fill them with whatever books I actually want to read at the time. So having specific books on a reading list do not work for me, but having a very overarching theme can work very well. So that's kind of where I'm going with my goals. And I've kept some goals that I've had this year. I've changed it up a little bit, and then I've added some new ones, and well, someone that I've had for previous years as well. So we'll see. Let's just go through the list. So my first goal is the Goodreads challenge. I always set that to 80 books, or at least I have since I joined Goodreads 4 years ago. I have never not achieved that. It's not really a stretch for me to say that I'm going to read 80 books. Normally I will read more than that, but I don't see a point in setting a target number of books that I need to push myself to get through, because numbers is not really what it's about. It's about the quality and the enjoyment of what I read, and I just set that number because it's well within my reach. So my second goal is carried over from 2018. In 2018 I changed my reading goals quite a bit because I felt my reading had taken a direction I wasn't comfortable with. I am a curious reader, I like exploring new things, but somehow that had gone at the expense of reading stuff I actually thought I would like. So I ended up reading a lot of books but not loving any of them. I had 2 years that I didn't give 5 stars to a single book just because I was exploring new things and they were not necessarily right for me. So for 2018 I changed my goals around and I wanted to make myself read the stuff I actually thought I would like rather than just exploring new ground. And one of the goals I set for myself was to read 10 authors that I had already read and loved books by. And that goal I'm also gonna have with me in 2019, because that gave me some great reading experiences in the year gone by. I also had a goal for 2018 to read 10 books by potential new favorite authors. This is a goal I found to be too vague, because how do you define a potential new favorite author as opposed to just an author who was new to me? So for this year I've upped the number but made it more specific, and so I want to read at least 20 books by authors I have never read before. Favorite or no favorites, that part of the prompt is out. But I do want to explore, and this is one way for me to do that. My fourth goal is to reread at least 10 books next year. I have reread I think 8 books this year, and I have really enjoyed the experience of rereading. I used to do a lot more of it than I do now, but that's something I want to do, and that's another way of reading stuff I know I will enjoy, because if I reread my favorites, I mean, I know it's something I'm gonna like. But I have a hard time allowing myself to reread because there are so many books out there, so many things I haven't yet read, and I even have like 800 unread books on my own shelves. I should be reading them, right? Not rereading what I've already read. But I think if I make a goal for myself to reread 10 books at least, that will allow myself to reread, because then I can check something off of a list by rereading, and then that will make it acceptable for me. So that's why this goal is on the list. So in 2018 I have been using an Excel spreadsheet to track my reading. I will probably talk more about that when the year is actually done. I'm not quite ready to summarize it just yet because there are 4 days left. But one of the things I've seen is that I predominantly read books from the UK, the US, and then to a smaller extent Norway. And I do want to diversify that a bit more at least than I do now, and so I've made a goal for myself to read books from all 6 inhabited continents. I mean, there are 7 continents, but I'm excluding Antarctica because the volume of literature coming out of Antarctica is probably not the greatest. But I want to have all 7, no, wait, that's not what I was saying. I want to have all 6 other continents represented in my reading next year. It's North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia, or Oceania is how we say it in Norwegian. Having 1 book from each continent is not really ambitious. I would like there to be more, but I'm not going to set a specific goal for each continent. I'm just going to say that I want to read from all 6. And then my final goal is a goal where I always fail. And I always keep putting it on my list in some form or other. And that has to do with reading the books I already own. I know this is a big thing for other people on BookTube as well. As I said, I have, I think, about 800 unread books on my shelves, and I keep acquiring more. For 2018 I made a goal for myself to say that the number of unread books on my shelves should be lower by the end of the year than it was at the beginning, and lower by 1 would count. Well, there are 4 days left of the year, and I am currently at plus 55. I'm not going to read 55 books in 4 days. I'm fine with it, with failing this, because buying the books made me happy, visiting the bookshops made me happy. I don't get stressed out by having 800 unread books surrounding me. That makes me happy as well, to have all these books to look at. But I should read them, you know? I look through my shelves and I see so many books that I am eager to read. I bought them because I wanted to read them. So in some way, form or other, I need a goal that urges me to pick up the books on my shelves. So for this year, I'm making it simple and saying I want to read at least 30 books during 2019 that was on my shelves when the year started. Made this goal before, never achieved the number I've set myself, but 2019, that's gonna be the year. So, quick summary, I want to read 80 books, I want to read 10 books by authors I have already read and loved, I want to read at least 20 new to me authors, I want to reread 10 books, I want to read books from all 6 inhabited continents, and I want to read at least 30 books of my own shelves as they look today. Will I achieve this? Well, tune in December for 2019 for the answers. Until then, no, I will be here before then, but until my next video, bye bye.